Alright, welcome to beginner's 3x3x3 Fridrich method, and the first thing we're going to do is choose a side and form the cross. So here I've chosen the white side, as is probably most common, and I have the white cross. One important thing to note about the cross is that you want all the cross pieces, or the edges that make up the cross, to be correctly oriented and positioned. And to explain what that means, here I have the red and white cross piece, or cross edge, and it is correctly oriented and positioned. If I rotate the cross around one, I still have the cross, so the red and white cross piece is properly oriented. As you can see, it forms a cross, but it's improperly positioned, as it doesn't match up with its centers. So I'm going to move that back. So improperly oriented is something like this, where it's in the correct position between its respective centers, but it's flipped around the wrong way, so it's incorrectly oriented. So, to form the cross, I'm just going to scramble this up a little here. That should be sufficient. And when forming the cross, I form it on the bottom side, as well as most speed cubers. Some form it on the side, and really only beginners form it down the top. But I'm going to get you in the good habit of already forming it on the bottom, and I'll explain why as I go along. So, first thing you're going to do is look for any cross pieces that are already solved, or already in the cross layer. That is the white layer here, the white side. And here I have the blue and white cross piece. I have the red and white cross piece, but I'm going to disregard that because it's improperly oriented. I have the orange and white cross piece here, and the only one left is the green and white over here. So, anyone that's already in the cross layer, correctly oriented, simple as all you have to do, rotate it in. So there we go. It was like this before. All I did was rotate it in. Now I have that cross piece correctly positioned and oriented. Next thing I'm going to look for here is any that are already kind of matched up. And the only one I see here that is orange and white. And then that's going to be just as easy to solve. All I have to do, rotate that in. So there we go. I got two pieces of the cross. Now, for any remaining that aren't solved, the easiest way to do this is as follows. You're going to use the top or opposite cross layer, which in this case is yellow, as a buffer layer. So what the buffer layer is a layer we can safely manipulate, move around without disturbing what we've done. So we can move this layer around without messing up any of the cross in the bottom. So first thing I'm going to look for is any cross pieces in the top layer. Here I have the green and white. And it's when I move it around to match its center, it is incorrectly oriented, so I'm going to have to insert it in a different way. I can't just rotate it around like that into the cross layer because it's going to be incorrectly oriented. I need to orient it correctly with the center as well. So to do that, I'm going to move it to one of the sides. I'll use the right side here. And I'm going to have to temporarily disturb the cross I already have formed. So the green and white cross pieces here, I'm going to rotate it down to match its center, and then rotate it into the cross layer here. But when we did that, it moved the orange and white cross piece out one, so I'm going to have to make sure I repair that. So again, start it here, match with center, into cross, fix cross. And there we go. Last piece here is red, and again, it's all I have to do, rotate it into the cross layer. But for sake of example, say I had in the top layer, but it wasn't matched up with its center. And here this is nicely oriented, unlike the orange and white that we had, where all I have to do, rotate it around to match its center, and then rotate that side twice to form the cross. So there you go. Simplest way to do the cross.